Alrighty, well, hello, friends. It's another day. Welcome to the June Bootcamp, day 3. So there wasn't a day 2 because June 2nd is my anniversary, and I had some issues with I set up to pick up bruschetta so we could do like a quarantine version of wine tasting, which was a lot of fun. It turned out great. My 2-year-old daughter had a blast. She thought it was so fun that we were having a picnic on the floor. But in light of Postino's closing and me not knowing it, I had to run around and try to figure out how to create the experience. But it all worked out just fine. High Tide, if you haven't been there, came to the rescue. It's phenomenal. Just love them. So I don't get paid to say any of that. I just like them. But I wanted to do today's workout. So today's workout is more of a full body in a sense that you're going to be moving arms, legs, and core involvement the whole time. When you are doing this, if you have a knee problem or shoulder problem or something, just limit your range of motion. So don't worry about killing it and going really low and having a lot of knee pain. That doesn't make sense, so don't do it. Once again, as always, if you are not cleared for exercise or you need to consult a physician, please do so. I don't want anyone getting hurt because they try to work out they shouldn't, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Oh no, my husband took my weights. Okay, I'm gonna have to run and get my weights. So while you get your water, you get your shoes, and you get your space, get your weights. And I will be right back, okay? Look at that, no time at all. Either says I'm really fast or my house is really small. You pick. Could be that I'm super fast. I'm like lightning. And look, we can play the piano while we work. Anyways, okay. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna change the angle so you can see my floor, so you know what my feet are doing. Okay, so I have my weights here. What we're gonna do is the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to have both of our weights. We're just going to do, so my feet are narrow and there. So they're right underneath my hips in like a neutral, and my feet are running parallel like the letter H, okay? So I don't want your toes turned out on this one, and I don't want you pushing down further than you can, okay? All you're gonna do is a squat. So notice my chest is up, my core is engaged, the weights come down to my knees. I'm gonna stand, I'm gonna do a hammer curl or a brachioradialis curl, which means my thumb is coming towards my shoulder. Okay, and that's it. We're gonna do that 15 times, 2 sets. Okay, if you have knee problems, just limit your range. Make sure that your weight is in your heels and your butt is going back towards the wall as you squat and back up. So if I'm here, my feet are parallel still, my core is engaged, I'm cinching in those ribs, and I go back, stand, curl. That's 1. Back, stand, 2. Back, stand, 3. Back, stand, 4. Keep the core engaged. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Notice that I'm squeezing all the way up through my hips, engaging the glutes. 2 more, I think. And last one. Okay, take a breather, a little bit of a rest. With today, so the other day for my curl to shoulder press, I had 15s for the first set. I'm just using 8s all the way through. We have higher repetitions, so don't think you need to lift super heavy, but try to stay consistent. So if you can get to 15, push yourself to 15. I believe in you, okay? We're building that endurance. All right, here we go. Second set. Same thing, chest is up, more sideways. Weight is in my heels, core is tight, and then go back, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep going, 6, tight core, try not to let those elbows swing away from the rib cage, over halfway done. Last one. Good. All right, take a breather. What we're going to do next, actually, I'll show you with one weight. You're going to, so if I was on a clock and midnight is right in front of me, okay? That means 3 o'clock's over here, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to step to 4 o'clock. So if this is 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock's right there. I'm going to take this weight, just a single weight or a ball if you have one. So I'm going to step and lunge. I'm going to take this weight down towards my toe, go back up and turn. So what this does, when I step and pivot, I'm opening up and utilizing the muscles in this hip. As I absorb into that lunge, it doesn't have to be a super deep lunge, so stay shallow, just absorb. This leg is stiff and straight. This leg now becomes my working leg. So I'm going to push off of it and internally rotate at my hip again to pull it back to center. Does that make sense? So without the weight, I'm externally rotating on this hip to open my hips up towards 4 o'clock, stepping to 4 o'clock, core is tight. I reach down towards that foot, involving the muscles in my spine. I'm going to press off this leg, squeeze this hip, and come back up. So we're going to do these slow. You're doing 10 on each side, slow, okay? So don't rush it, because I want you to be able to recruit where we're hoping to recruit. So I'm going to shift my weight out of this right foot, okay? I'm going to tighten my core, squeeze the leg I'm standing on, a little softness in that leg, which means it's slightly bent, okay? Do it from this side. And then I'm going to open up to 4 o'clock and reach. So I open and reach. Come back together, okay? There it is. That was 1. Here we go. So we shift our weight, we open and reach. Down, push, 2. Open and reach. 3. Let's go back a little bit. Open and reach. 4. 5. Really push off that right leg. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay. Other side. I just noticed I was getting a little wide with my step back. So I'm actually going to, oh look, more toddler toys. I'm going to put an A over here. And I'm going to put my E over here. So I kind of have a goal of where I'm stepping. Okay, so here we go. Other side. We step and open, reach. 1. Step and open. 2. 3. Woo! I pushed too hard. Squeeze and control. There we go. And on this one, you're zipping your legs in. You're closing that space. One more. And we did it. Okay, other side, same idea. And here we go. Open and step. Push. Squeeze the inner thighs. Down, core is tight. Squeeze the inner thighs. Squeeze. Remember, the lunge bothers your knee, just don't bend it as much. I lost count again. We're going to say this is 6. Good side, squeeze the inner thighs. 8, 9, 10. Good. A little bit of a breather. Back to the other side, and we're done with this one. Whew, my heart rate's going. How about yours? Anyone? Here we go, off to the corner. Step and turn. 1, core tight. 2, squeeze those inner thighs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a breather. So let's use both weights for this one. Yeah. Okay. What we're going to do, another step. I'm running out of steps back to take. So what you're going to do, can you see my hand? Barely. I'm going to have to scoot you guys back. I'm sorry. Hold on, everyone. Hold on. And we did it. Okay. So this next one is all about your trunk. So you're going to have a slight bend in both knees, okay? My core is engaged. I'm drawing that belly button in. My ribs are cinched closed. I'm going to have both my weights here in kind of this dagger's position. I'm going to press and rotate. I am trying and striving to keep my knees and hips towards the front while I rotate through the upper trunk or torso and press that arm overhead, okay? Let's just do one arm at a time. I was going to have us alternate, but I want to get better form, so we'll alternate next week. So here we are, nice parallel feet, nice bend in the knees. You're going to tighten your core so I'm nice and engaged. Press up and turn, trying to pin your hips towards the front, and back down. 2, back down. 3, don't open up those ribs. 4, turn your shoulders. 5, not just your head. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go to the other side. So really try, I don't have a ton of mobility, but really try to rotate through your rib cage to face the side as much as you can. Okay, here we go. Second set, slight bend in the knees. Stomach is engaged, core is tight. Drawing my ribs together. We press up. 1, 2, 3. Always coming back to center. 4. Core is tight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. And 10. Okay, other side. If you're not feeling this in the back, on the arm you're holding, or in the ribs, try to see if you can, you don't want to stand like this. This is bad. Okay? Roll your hips under, tuck that pelvis, draw it in, slight softness, almost like your back was against a wall, so that when you turn, you're really kind of twisting towards this upper half, okay? You should feel it in your core, okay? And your core isn't necessarily your abdominals. Your core is your hips, your low back muscles, your obliques, your abs on the front, rectus abdominals. So it's not just those six-pack muscles that are your core. So if you feel it in the muscles in your lumbar spine or your back, that's okay. If it starts to hurt, go ahead and stop and maybe put down your weight and just do the range of motion and see if that's something that you can improve instead of blasting it with the weight, okay? Here we go. Feet parallel, knees are soft, belly button's drawn in, ribs are cinched. We lift up and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side. Here we go. Nice tight core. Press them open. 1, 2, 3, 4. Always coming back to center. Cinching the ribs on the way down. Don't ever let them go. Good. Okay. Next up, I want you to come down to the floor. If you have a bad knee, by all means, grab a pillow, put it under the knee that's on the ground, okay, and put the other leg out to the side. So even though my leg is out to the side, I want my heel in line with the knee that's down. It's not to the front, it's not behind me, it's just right there, okay? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hold my one dumbbell. I'm going to try to twist, very similar to what we were just doing, and come back to neutral, okay? We're gonna do that 10 times with our knee bent, and then we're gonna straighten it out and do it with our legs straight. Then we're going to try to hold here, and we're gonna do 10 lifts, okay? So here we go, from the top, holding here, belly button's drawn in, glutes are tight, back toe is tucked under, okay? And we're going to twist, 1, twist, 2. Don't use your arms to do the twist either. Really try to recruit and connect to your obliques and your core. 7, 8, 9, 10. Straighten out the leg. Okay, my kneecap is forward. My great toe is on the ground, or your big toe. And twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, from here, lift, try to squeeze. So I don't want this hip to kick out. I want it to squeeze under. You're going to squeeze that right side for a little bit of a lift. Okay, so here we go. Tight core. We lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. It's hard. Don't feel bad if you tip over. What I like to think about is really trying to lean into it a little bit. That way I'm really utilizing my oblique to lift that leg up, okay? So here we are. Our knee is in line with our heel is in line with our knee. Fancy that. Nice tight core. Rotating over to my left this time. Your right probably, if you're mirroring me. So here we go. We go over, 1. I like to put my thumbs right at my t-shirt line too to help me not move my arms instead. So just as a pointer. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, oops, just stop at 10. So you're having too much fun. Straighten that leg out, great toe on the ground. Engage this leg too. While you're holding it here, tighten the quad. Hug the muscle to the bone, okay? Don't let it be lax and lazy. Engage it, okay? You'll get better toning and better results. Here we go. Core tight, rotate, 1, 2, 3. Really squeeze the leg you're standing on or kneeling on. Okay, now lifts. So engage that right hip, great toe, lean a little bit into it as we lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I was tipped, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Okay, go ahead, and what we're gonna do next, we have 2 more exercises in your deck. The first exercise, we're still only holding 1 dumbbell. You're going to, actually let's hold 2. I like 2. Let's hold 2. I only have 8s. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a lateral lunge, reach down, come together. So the hands go towards that lateral lunge. To get back in, you really have to push off that right leg. very similar to the diagonal one, but now we're not focusing on the external rotation of the hip that's stationary and internal rotation. Now we're just doing a lateral movement, which is more glute med for those that carry. All right, here we go. Stepping out to the side, nice tight tummy, nice tight core. Stepping out, reach down, press, 1, reach, 2. Notice I'm really trying to exaggerate that push. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I think that's, sorry if I'm off. All right, other side, same idea. Really, as you step out to the side too, don't let your toes start to turn out. You want to keep your feet parallel. So by kicking out your heel, that'll really help. Here we go. And we step out and down. Press, 1, out and down, 2. If this is bothering your knee, drop the weight or don't go as low. Okay? We're really pushing and zipping our legs back together. Almost there. You got this. Good. Take a breather. Hands are splitting, so I'm going to put weights down. We have one more set of 10 on each side for those. And then we're going to end with, let's end with some abs, so we'll do that instead. Okay. Here we go. And to the right. Down, reach, press and zip. Down, reach, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. All right, other side. Here we go. Stepping out. 1, zip those legs together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did it. All right, let's take it down to the ground. And what I would like you to do, if you have a weight, great. You don't have to do it. But what we're going to do, we're going to come down to this bug position. Okay, so my shins should be parallel with the ceiling. Straight on the couch. My weight's going to start off overhead. I'm going to pull the weight. So first and foremost, as always, draw your belly button to the spine. Okay. If having your feet up is too challenging, drop them down. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I'd rather you be able to keep your core engaged and belly button to the spine and ribs closed than to let your back pop up. Okay. So the arm motion is going to be an overhead pull, which involves your lats. Okay. So you have an overhead pull, core is tight, pull to chest, so it's right in line with my sternum, okay? And then I'm going to sit up and crunch. When I crunch, I'm trying to flatten my belly button towards my spine as I round up, engaging right here at the ribs, okay? If you can think about keeping your belly button in, try to lift your chest up until you feel the peak lower angles of your scapula raise up off the ground, okay? And that's as high as we're crunching, but you have to keep your belly button to the spine, otherwise it's a no-go, okay? So if the weight's too much, all I want you to do is reach overhead, reach up, crunch, down. That is easy, and you don't have weight. Try it here, keeping your legs as still and as tight as possible. If you do have weight, start here, engage your core, lift up, crunch, down, slowly lower back, up, crunch, down, 2. So let's keep going. If this is easy and you want to challenge yourself, just lift those shins, okay? Squeezing the knees together, ankle bones together the whole time, okay? Here we go. This is 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, almost there, 9, last one, 10, rest, give it a break. It's actually, yeah, we'll do 2 sets. I was thinking 3, but we'll just do 2. Okay, here we go, second set. So if you are not raising the legs, this is what it should look like. If you are raising the legs, keep it up, you're doing great. Here we go, belly button to the spine, my ribs are closed, I'm nice and cinched in. I'm going to engage my shoulders, lift it up, tuck my chin, up, 1, down. My abs never release. They're always drawn back. Almost there. And good job. So that is it for the exercises. I did want to show you something using the dumbbell. It really helps. It can help loosen the glenoid-femoral joint. So what you're going to do, you don't have to do it in tall kneeling, you can do it standing, but since the camera's angled, it might be easier for right now. If this bothers your knees, you can do 1 of 2 things. You can put a pillow on top of your calves for you to sit on. That'll take some of the angle out of how much your knees are having to bend, or you can put it under the kneecap if it's just the pressure on the floor. So anyways, what I want you to do is they're called halos. You'll see people do them a lot of time with kettlebells. I took all my kettlebells to school, so I have them here. But what you're gonna do is I'm gonna hold the heads of the weight, okay? And I'm gonna bring it up and over so my head doesn't move. But I'm making like this halo. It's like I'm an angel, y'all. No, I'm making a halo around my head. So I like to think of, I make a window. I go through the window. I put it as far back towards the back of my neck as I can. I come back around and to the front. Okay, so window, back, down, and around. Window, back, down. And I'm trying to keep my head and neck as still as I can so that I really have to use the shoulder joint to go around. And there is some oscillating in the ribs, but I feel a stretch in my shoulder. Take a rest and we'll go the other way. If you find you're kind of kyphotic or cinched forward, and you're really working on those muscles in your back, but you're like, my posture's still here, start doing some more upper chest stretches and maybe try to add these in as long as they don't bother your shoulder, to really just help that mobility. A lot of functionality comes from mobility. So we need to be strong and stable at the core in order to get the mobility in the distal joints or like the rest of the extremities. Anyways, here we go, other way. So I make my window around. This side's easier for me. 2, see not as much rib motion. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Okay. Next stretch, your ear towards your shoulder, hand then across the low back, 2 fingers worth of pressure, upper trap stretch. Great little stretch. It's easy to overdo though. So you want to go to the point where you feel that slight pull, but you're not putting too much pressure on the head. 2 fingers is all you need. Try to retract that shoulder blade down. I have a habit of hiking it. You might too. And switch. Oh, see? My shoulder did it again. Good. Cross your chest. Pull that arm down. I'm keeping tension in this arm almost as if I was pulling away from myself to help stretch that post-capsule shoulder. Feels like it's like right back here. Switch. Good. Let's bring it back. Forward. Lift up. All right, guys. Hopefully that was a nice little upper extremity stretch for you guys. I will see you tomorrow. I can't remember if it's leg day or arm day, but either way, it's going to be a good day. So hopefully you guys had fun. Hopefully you guys got a good workout. And I shall see you again next time for day 4 of the June boot camp because I'm crazy. It's fine. Bye, guys.